Welcome back everyone to some more motocross on this channel on MXGP2, and in today's episode we have the Brit MXGP. So we got a home GP in today's episode. I cannot wait for this. So we're going to get straight into qualifying, and we want to get 2 wins in today's episode because we're a British rider and we want to put a marker out in the championship as well. So I'm not sure how I did in this one on the MX2 season, but it is quite a challenging circuit if I remember rightly. So let's get straight into it and get a decent qualifying. So here we go. So we're about halfway through qualifying, and we're just settling in. This is a very challenging circuit. It's got it all on this one. It's not the easiest circuit to get the hang of, but I'm trying my best. As it's a home Grand Prix for our rider, we are desperate to get a decent position in qualifying and set a marker out. We want to get 2 wins in today's video, so in front of a home crowd. And the time we need to beat though in qualifying is 1:43.377. That's really difficult. I've been quite good on time for the first half of the circuit, and I can get under the time about half a second, but then I lose it right at the end. We've had to make a few adjustments to the suspension. It was there's a section where you got a load of small jumps and the bike wasn't reacting very well, and we were losing like over a second through that section. So hopefully the adjustments I make will make a difference in this lap here, but we're desperate to get a good place. So let's have a look at the next split time. I think we're doing a little bit better than we did in the previous attempt. I think there's a split time coming up, checkpoint, and yes, that's much better. The best I've had so far on this qualifying was about 0.2, and we're almost 0.7 underneath the time. So if we can carry this on to the end, then hopefully we can get at least the top 5 finish in qualifying. But this is the section I had to adjust the suspension for. There's loads of little jumps, and it really does throw your bike out, and we're going through there much better, and a little bit of a skid as well. That was a bit lucky. I thought it was going to come off then, but let's just try and finish this off. We've still got quite a way to go. This is quite a long circuit as well, and we're still running under the time. Now these corners here are really difficult to get round. They're really slow. You've got to take them nice and easy and try and get as many whips in as well to speed up your landings. And we're doing okay so far, I think. Can we get through this jump and still be ahead of the time? Please, I really want to get a good position. Right, let's try and get another whip in there. That was much better. Cleared that jump. Now we've only got one more corner, and we should get a good time. We're looking at the time. Is this going to be faster? Yes, we've done it! We got first place. So we take first place. So we're going to speed up the time now. I don't think anyone's going to beat that. Look at that, 0.3 quicker than everyone else. Roman Febvre looks like he's taking second, and yes, so we get first place with Roman Febvre and Cairoli in the top 3 in qualifying. Now we just got to perform in the race. Now I'm really looking forward to this. Let's get straight into the first race now. So here we go. Right guys, here we go with the home Grand Prix in Great Britain. I really want to put on a performance in today's races for the home crowd and get 2 victories. It's not going to be easy. We've got to do it in 2 different views as well. We're going to try our best. We really want to put a marker out in the championship as well. So let's see if we can get a good start. And that was a good start. So we managed to pull away straight into this left-hander. So we've got to go into this tight left-hander. We've got to slow down, try and get nice and tight. Make sure no other riders go up the inside. Let's see if we can get the whole shot. Oh God, Cairoli's coming down the outside of me. Just managing to block him off, and we get the whole shot. Now we've got to try and pull away. It's not going to be easy in this race because this is a very challenging circuit, and I wasn't the quickest at the first section. It was just towards the end after the adjustments I managed to improve, and I managed to get first place in qualifying. But we're not gonna find it as easy in the race because you're under that little bit more pressure. So just try not to make any mistakes and just trying to go through these tight corners as tight as possible, but with a decent speed as well. And that's not bad. So we've managed just to pull away slightly. So it's 0.8 of a gap at the start of this circuit, but I just got to work on the things that I know I'm good at on this circuit, and hopefully that should do us enough. Let's see if we can get through this section better than we did in qualifying. We only managed to get through it really well once, and that's the one that we got our fastest time, and that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad, so we didn't lose too much time through there. I don't think. I still can't hear any riders behind me, so let's just wait until we get to the next split point to see what the gap is. And we've managed to pull away even more. That's absolutely brilliant. I thought I couldn't hear any other riders behind me, so it's almost 2 seconds now. All we got to do is just to keep on riding like this and try not to make any mistakes. That is the key. But as you know, watching these races, I don't always... Oh no! I've made a mistake! Oh damn, I pulled to the right too much over that jump, and I went out of just off circuit slightly, but luckily I think we're still in first, but how much of the time have we lost? We were almost 2 seconds ahead. We've got to wait until the next split point, but we're just finishing the first lap. Let's see what the gap is and see how much time we lost. God, dear, we only lost half a second. That was lucky, but luckily the game does reset you pretty quickly, and we didn't lose too much time. But we've got to make sure we don't make any more of those mistakes, because we don't want to cost ourselves the race. We've got the best chance of winning the race in this view, because in first person view around this circuit, I think we are really going to struggle. But let's just try and keep it up, and the gaps really starting to disappear, and it's only just over half a second, so I'm obviously not running very quick at the moment, and I'm not finding the sort of pace that I had in that qualifying lap. But I've just got to stay calm, and hopefully all the bikes behind me will just battle with each other. I can see there's loads of battling and overtaking going on behind me, but I'm not seem to be pulling away now. They're really starting to gain on me. I've just got to try and just find a little bit of time here and there, just going into that final lap. I want to go into that final lap with at least a second to a second and a half. Oh God, it almost stepped out there when I put on the front brake, and you've got to be so careful that doesn't happen, because you do kick out and fall off. And let's get through here. It's not bad, that's a little bit better. But I can hear the riders behind me. I've got 2 or 3 riders right on my back wheel now, and I've got to be careful. Yeah, it's Roman Febvre. He's come from nowhere, wanting to make up for the bad results in the last championship. He's only just over half a second behind me, and he is one rider you've got to be aware of. A couple of times he's put in some cracking performance in the last lap of races, and I just saw him on my screen. He's really starting to pressure now, going into the end of this second lap. I really can't make any mistakes. This is going to be tough now. We want to get 25 points if we can in this first race, and I just skidded round that corner. That was lucky. I thought I was going to come off, and we come to the end of the second lap, and we're only just in the lead. Let's have a look at the split time. It's just over a second ahead of Febvre, but this is where the pressure's on now. Am I going to win this first race in this championship in front of the home crowd? I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to try my best. But to be honest, I think at the moment it's my race to lose. If I make the mistakes, then it's going to be my own fault. I think as long as I stay on the bike and I don't make any real stupid errors, I think we are going to come home. But the gap is only 0.3 of a second now. The riders are really starting to up their game in this last lap, and this is where it's going to get tricky, because we're coming up to some difficult sections on this track. And I've seen this crash sign, and Febvre's crashed, so that looks like again on the last lap, like in the last championship, he crashes on the last lap, and he's going to cost himself even more points in the championship. And I've got no idea where Nagel is. He's second in the championship, and he doesn't look like he's going to do very well. But we lost a bit of time through that section, and I just saw a rider in my screen. I've got to be careful through this section. Try and get through here without making mistakes, and we are throwing around a bit. We just got to make sure we don't. Yes! Oh God, that was lucky again. We skid around that corner. We seem to do that quite often, but sometimes that doesn't always work. Sometimes you fly off. So the gap is only half a second coming towards the end of this race. We haven't got many corners left. It's just going to be down to whether I can just get through here as quick as possible without making any mistakes. We need to gain a bit of time. We've got to try and do our whip here. That was really good. Right tight into that corner. Right, we've only got a couple more jumps and another couple of turns, and we should be able to do it. Oh God, almost lost control there. We've only got one more set of jumps here, I think. And I can see the finish line now. Are we going to get a win in this home Grand Prix in front of the home crowd? I think we're going to. It's going to be close. Yes, we're going to do it. So we take a victory in front of the home crowd in the first race. Now all we've got to do is try and do that in first person. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to do our best. And where did... Oh, Febvre's dropped more points, so he only finished 8th. He's really not doing well. So let's get into the second race and hopefully perform again. Right guys, so here we go with the second race in first person in front of the home crowd. Let's see if we can get another decent result. I really want to get maximum points in front of the home crowd, so let's see if we can get another good start. But it's going to be tricky in this view, but that's not bad. We managed to pull away from Roman Febvre. Let's try and get into this left hand corner again and try and get the whole shot if we can. Get nice and tight in and try and just prevent anyone coming past. Yes, we get the... Yes, we do get the whole shot. Hopefully we can settle it, but I went a bit wide there. Oh God, Kai Rowley's come around the outside of me. He came from nowhere and he's trying to fight into first, but can we get back in on the outside here into this corner? It's going to be tough. We don't want to come off, and we just managed to fight him off into that next corner. and we're back into first place. But Cairoli went for it there. They're going to be a lot more aggressive in this race. The second races aren't generally a lot harder, but let's just try and settle down. We did all right in the first race. We know where where we're not the quickest, but we know that towards the end of the circuit we do seem to have a little bit more pace. But it's Roman February that's in second at the moment, and he's really going to want to get points in this race, at least get a podium, because he has dropped away in the last couple of races, even in the last championship, having so many crashes. He's getting involved in a lot of battles, and again he's been overtaken by Coldenhoff, and he's really struggling. But let's just try and concentrate on our race, and hopefully at the next split point we pulled away even more. What's the time? And oh my god, 2.5 seconds. We're 2.5 seconds in the lead. That's even better than we did in the first race, and we're only on the first lap. If we can carry on with this sort of pace, hopefully we can get miles ahead and have a really good, comfortable race for another championship, 25 points, and really set out a marker in this championship. I know we're only a few rounds in, and this championship has 18 championship races and 2 races at each championship, so we know there's loads of races and loads of points to play for. So even if we do get a decent lead coming towards the end of the championship, we know there's a lot of circuits that we struggle and might not pick up decent points. So if we can keep on carrying on and getting on early on, then it gives us half a chance. And that's the gap is still just over 2 seconds, which is brilliant at the start of this second lap. So we get a nice whip there. It does throw you out a bit doing it in this view, but it definitely gets you a lot quicker through over the jump. So that's why you've got to carry on doing it. And for some reason they've managed to gain a second on me. I must have slowed down a bit, and Febra's fought back and into second as well. I keep looking down at the overtakes. There's so many battles going on behind me, and I'm just trying to. I should be just trying to concentrate on my own race. And Febra is holding that second position, but I've just managed to gain another 0.3 of a second in that last sector. So hopefully we can carry on doing that towards the end of this second lap, so we can go into the last lap with a bit of a gap. We don't want to have to fight with him on the last lap. Not on our home Grand Prix. We want to win it from the start to the finish and really show the home crowd and give them something to cheer about. So let's just get through this last section. Let's get around this corner. We've only got a few more turns on this second lap, and we could go into the last lap with a decent lead. I'm not sure what the split time is, and it's Coldenhoff back in second, and it's almost 2 seconds. That's what we had around about that time in the last lap, so hopefully that should stay the same and we should be able to do it. But as long as we don't make any mistakes, and we haven't made any mistakes yet, we keep having little bits where we kick out a bit. It does you do lose it a little bit because you can't see the front wheel as well in this view, and you just got to judge at what sort of angle you're going at, because sometimes if you get too much of a tighter angle you do fall off. So we go into the third lap and we're not going at really quick. We're about 3 seconds slower than we were in qualifying, but we still got about a second lead against with Coldenhoff behind us and Weber in third. So we've got to just try and not make any mistakes, and we went through there quite slow. Let's try and get a nice whip here if we can. Try and gain a bit of time. That was brilliant, and Febra's taken second place again, so he's really trying to at least get second in this race, and he's right behind me, 0.1 of a second. Oh my god, he's really pulled that back. It went from a second to 0.1 in a couple of turns, so he's right behind me. I've got to make sure I don't make any mistakes now, otherwise we could lose this race, and, well, not lose it, but drop some points, which we don't really want to do. So let's just get through here. We've managed just to pull that time a little bit bigger, so it's up to 0.6, but that's still not a lot going into the final sections of this race. It's only going to be one mistake, and that's it. So let's just try and get through there. Nice little whip. Didn't land as well through there, but hopefully that was good enough. Get nice and tight into that corner. Now this is the section where I seem to lose a bit of time. Let's try and get through here a little bit quicker if we can. We don't want to get into this section with a rider behind us because he will use as a brake, and we get through there. Not sure what the time is. I don't know where Weber is. I think he's right behind me. I can hear a bike behind me. I'm just trying to concentrate on my own race. I'm actually scared to even look behind me because so I don't make a mistake. And it's 0.9 of a second ahead of Febra going into the last few corners. Come on, we can do this in front of the home crowd. You can hear the cheering now. We're coming towards the end. Are we going to do it? Get maximum points. A nice jump through there. Come on, there's only one more jump, and then we've got a last corner, and then we've done it. Oh god, that wasn't the greatest jump, but I think that's going to be enough. Let's have a quick look behind us. Are we going to do it? Yes, he was right behind me, but yes, we do it. I could hear Febra then. Like I said, I could hear Febra then. He was right behind me. And we managed to get to the end. And we get maximum points in front of the home crowd. That is exactly what I wanted to do. And that's awesome. So let's have a quick look at the championship. Yes, we are pulling away. That is awesome early on in this championship. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you soon for the next round very soon. Bye-bye.